One-hit wonders of the 70s is a channel favorite here, and today we're giving you 100. This topic always brings about some controversy, and we can't wait to hear what you have to say about these. So, don't hesitate to tell us your thoughts in the comments. Get ready for an amazing countdown of some great music, folks. Here we go! At number 1, let's kick off our musical odyssey with a little bit of Magic by Pilot. This Scottish rock band flew onto the scene in 1974 with this infectious tune that had everyone believing in magic.
Ho, 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 it's magic, you know.
Well, at least for a few minutes. The song's upbeat melody masks a darker tone. It was actually about drug use, specifically magic mushrooms. Talk about hiding in plain sight. Despite the song's success, Pilot couldn't keep their musical plane in the air for long. They had a few minor hits in the UK, but Magic remained their only significant breakthrough in the US. The band's keyboardist, Billy Lyall, later joined the original lineup of the Bay City Rollers, but left before they achieved fame. Imagine if he'd stayed. We might be talking about him in a different context today. Still, whenever this song comes on the radio, don't you find yourself involuntarily singing along? Oh, 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 it's magic, you know. Now, that's the power of a true one-hit wonder. Next up, we have a song that perfectly encapsulates the bittersweet nature of life. Terry Jacks' Seasons in the Sun. Jacks' version became a global phenomenon, selling over 14 million copies worldwide.
It's goodbye, my friend, it's hard to die.
The song's cheery melody contrasts sharply with its morbid lyrics about a dying man saying goodbye to his loved ones. But here's where it gets interesting. Jacks initially recorded the song for the Beach Boys, but they rejected it. Sometimes rejection can lead to unexpected success. Jacks decided to release it himself, and the rest, as they say, is history. Despite the massive success of Seasons in the Sun, Jacks never managed to top the charts again. He later focused on environmental activism, proving that there's life after a one-hit wonder. But whenever we hear this song, we're transported back to 1974, feeling both melancholy and uplifted at the same time. Ugachaka, Ugachaka, Ugachaka. That's right, folks. We're talking about Blue Suede's cover of Hooked on a Feeling. This Swedish rock group added the now infamous Ugachaka intro, creating a version that topped the charts in 1974. But here's a twist for you. Many don't realize it's a cover of a B.J. Thomas hit from 1968. And that Ugachaka chant? Blue Suede didn't even come up with that. They borrowed it from a 1971 version by Jonathan King. The song's journey didn't end in the 70s. It found new life in the 90s as part of the Ally McBeal soundtrack, and again in 2014 when it was featured prominently in Guardians of the Galaxy. Despite the song's enduring popularity, Blue Suede couldn't replicate its success. They disbanded in 1975, leaving us with this infectious earworm that continues to make us smile and dance decades later. I'm high on believing that this song will never truly fade away. Hey there, music fans. We've just listened to 3 one-hit wonders of the 70s, but we want to hear from you. Which of these hits brings back the strongest memories? Share those in the comments. And if you're enjoying this trip down memory lane, don't forget to like and subscribe. We've got 97 more fantastic tunes coming your way. Carl Douglas was kung fu fighting in 1974 when he kicked and chopped his way to the top of the charts with this disco hit. This song capitalized on the martial arts craze of the 1970s, inspired by Bruce Lee films.
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
But here's a kick for you. This song was recorded as a B-side in the last 10 minutes of a recording session. The song's success was nothing short of phenomenal, selling over 11 million copies worldwide. It topped charts in multiple countries and won a Grammy for best-selling single. Carl Douglas, unfortunately, couldn't land another hit of this magnitude. He released a follow-up called Dance the Kung Fu, but lightning didn't strike twice. Still, every time we hear those opening chords, we can't help but want to show off our best martial arts moves. Number 5. As we step back to 1970, Edison Lighthouse illuminates our 5th position with Love Grows Where My Rosemary Goes. This sunshine pop hit brightened up the airwaves and shot to number 1 in the UK. But Edison Lighthouse wasn't really a band in the traditional sense. The song features session singer Tony Burrows, who had the unusual distinction of appearing on Top of the Pops 4 times in 1 year with 4 different bands. The band itself was essentially a studio creation with members changing frequently. The song's co-writer, Tony McCall, allegedly wrote it about his wife, whose middle name was Rosemary. The upbeat tempo and catchy chorus made it an instant hit, perfectly capturing the optimistic vibe of the early 70s pop. Despite the song's success, Edison Lighthouse couldn't keep the flame burning. They had a few minor hits in the UK, but never managed to replicate the global success of Love Grows. Number 6. Now we're about to dive into one of the most controversial one-hit wonders of the 70s. The Buoys sailed into murky waters with their 1971 hit, Timothy. On the surface, it's a catchy pop rock tune, but listen closely to the lyrics and you might find yourself feeling a bit unsettled.
Timothy, Timothy, we're on.
This song, written by Rupert Holmes, the Pina Colada song guy, tells a disturbing tale of cannibalism in a mining accident. You heard that right, cannibalism. The song was deliberately written to be provocative to get attention. Many radio stations banned it, which, as often happens, only increased its popularity. Nothing sells like controversy, right? Holmes later admitted he wrote the song as a way to get out of a bad record deal. He figured if he wrote something so outrageous, the record company would have to release the band from their contract. Instead, it became a hit. The Buoys, unfortunately, couldn't navigate their way to another hit. They released a few more singles, including another Holmes-penned tune called Give Up Your Guns, but none matched the notoriety of Timothy. At number 7, let's lighten the mood a bit with King Harvest's feel-good hit, Dancing in the Moonlight. This 1972 song seems to radiate joy, doesn't it?
Everybody was dancing in the moonlight.
With its upbeat melody and lyrics about everyone getting along, it's like a 3-minute utopia. But there's a surprising story behind this seemingly innocent tune. The song's writer, Sherman Kelly, penned it after a brutal attack he survived while on vacation in the Caribbean. He envisioned a world where people could come together peacefully, contrasting with his traumatic experience. Talk about turning lemons into lemonade. The band's journey to success wasn't smooth sailing either. They originally recorded the song in 1970, but it went nowhere. It wasn't until they re-recorded it in 1972 that it finally became a hit. Despite those positive vibes of Dancing in the Moonlight, King Harvest couldn't reap another hit. The band broke up shortly after their brush with fame, though they've reunited several times over the years. Number 8. Starland Vocal Band took us to Cloud 9 with Afternoon Delight in 1976. This sugary sweet song raised eyebrows. It's like the musical equivalent of a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Afternoon delight.
The band, consisting of 2 married couples, struck gold with this single. It shot to number 1, earned them 5 Grammy nominations. They won 2, including Best New Artist, and even landed them a CBS variety show. Talk about hitting the jackpot. But here's where it gets interesting. Despite all this initial success, the band struggled to replicate it. They couldn't land another hit single, their TV show was canceled after 6 weeks, and both couples ended up divorcing. The term Grammy curse has been thrown around regarding their swift rise and fall. Bill Danoff, one of the band members, had previously co-written John Denver's Take Me Home Country Roads. Quite a different vibe from Afternoon Delight, wouldn't you say? As we reach our 9th song, Climax takes us to the peak with their 1972 hit, Precious and Few. It's the kind of song that probably soundtracked countless slow dances and romantic moments back in the day.
Precious and few are the moments we took care.
Here's a bit of trivia for you. Climax was formed from the ashes of the Outsiders, best known for their hit Time Won't Let Me. But here's where the story takes an unexpected turn. Precious and Few was actually recorded as a demo to showcase the lead singer's vocals to other bands. The record company liked it so much, they released it as is. Despite the song's success, Climax couldn't maintain their momentum, so the band broke up. Number 10. Get ready to get down because Wild Cherry is about to funk things up with Play That Funky Music. This 1976 hit is the epitome of white boys playing funk, and boy did they play it well.
Play that funky music, white boy. Play that funk.
The song topped both the Billboard Hot 100 and R&B charts, a rare feat. Now here's a juicy story for you. The song was born out of necessity when the band, previously playing rock, was asked to play funk at a predominantly black club. A dancer reportedly yelled, "Play some funky music, white boy," and voila, a hit was born. Talk about inspiration striking in unexpected places. All right, funky people, we've just grooved through 10 unforgettable one-hit wonders. But we want to hear from you. What's your favorite so far? Share your thoughts and memories in the comments. And if you're enjoying this trip down memory lane, don't forget to like and subscribe. There's plenty more where that came from. At number 11, let's kick off our next 10 with a sweet tune from Sugarloaf, Greeneyed Lady. This 1970 hit stood out in an era dominated by guitar-driven rock.
Green-eyed lady, lovely lady.
But here's something that might surprise you. The single version you know and love is actually an edit of the original 6-minute album track. Radio stations weren't keen on playing such a long song, so it was cut down for airplay. The band, hailing from Denver, Colorado, took their name from a mountain visible from the city. Perhaps that's why the song has such an expansive, soaring quality to it. It's like the musical equivalent of looking out over a vast landscape, isn't it? Looking Glass reflects on our 12th spot with Brandy. This 1972 hit tells the story of a barmaid in love with a sailor who can't leave his life at sea.
They say, Brandy, fetch another round. She serves them.
The song's narrative quality and catchy chorus made it an instant hit, reaching number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. Contrary to popular belief, the song wasn't inspired by a real person named Brandy. However, it did inspire the name of the 70s pop duo Captain and Tennille's daughter, Toni Tennille. Talk about music influencing life. At number 13, Al Stewart takes us on a journey with Year of the Cat in 1976. This hit is a masterclass in storytelling through song, painting a vivid picture of a chance encounter in a North African market.
In the year of the cat.
The song's lush instrumentation perfectly complements Stewart's poetic lyrics. But here's an interesting tidbit. The song's title was originally Year of the Lamb, changed when Stewart heard the Vietnamese consider the Year of the Cat as a year of chaos. A little cultural knowledge goes a long way. Gallery paints our 14th spot with Nice to Be With You. This 1972 hit was actually recorded as a demo to pitch to other artists. The record company liked it so much they released it as is, much to the band's surprise. Sometimes the first take is the best take.
Oh, it's so nice to be with you. I love all.
The song's simple, heartfelt lyrics and catchy melody struck a chord with listeners, propelling it to number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100. Despite its success, Gallery couldn't follow up with another hit and faded into obscurity. The band's lead singer, Jim Gold, went on to have a career as a songwriter, but never reached the same level of fame he achieved with Nice to Be With You. The Knack attacks our 15th position with My Sharona. This 1979 power pop hit caused quite a stir with its driving beat and provocative lyrics.
Oh, my little pretty one, when you gonna give me some?
The song was inspired by Sharona Alperin, the girlfriend of the band's lead singer. In fact, Sharona herself appeared on the single's cover art. My Sharona was an immediate success, reaching number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and becoming the best-selling single of 1979 in the U.S. At 16, Nick Gilder heats things up with Hot Child in the City. This 1978 hit raised eyebrows with its seemingly inappropriate subject matter.
Hot child in the city.
A young runaway involved in prostitution. Gilder claimed the song was meant to raise awareness about the issue, not glorify it. It's a reminder of how pop music can sometimes tackle serious social issues. Despite the controversy, or perhaps because of it, The song topped charts worldwide, reaching number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. Gilder's subsequent releases failed to catch fire in the same way, making Hot Child in the City his only major hit as a solo artist. However, he found success as a songwriter, penning hits for other artists including Patti Smith's The Warrior. At number 17, Player scores with Baby Come Back in 1977. This soft rock hit was co-written by the band's Peter Beckett about his recent breakup.
Baby, come back. Any kind of fool.
The song's success was bittersweet for the band, as they struggled to follow it up and eventually disbanded. Interestingly, Player's follow-up single, This Time I'm In It For The Love, also made it into the top 10, but the band couldn't maintain their momentum after that. Despite their brief time in the spotlight, Baby Come Back has had a long life beyond its initial release. It's been featured in numerous films and TV shows, often used for comedic effect. At 18, Ace deals us How Long in 1974. This soul hit is often misinterpreted as a song about a cheating lover, but it's actually about the band's bassist being secretly poached by another group. Talk about airing your dirty laundry in public. The song's smooth groove and soulful vocals propelled it to number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100, making it Ace's only major hit in the U.S. The song's success couldn't keep the band together, though, and they split shortly after. Lead singer Paul Carrack went on to have a successful solo career and even worked with Mike and the Mechanics. At 19, Alan O'Day flies in with Undercover Angel in 1977. This quirky hit about a dream encounter with an undercover angel captured the public's imagination with its unique concept and catchy melody.
Undercover angel, midnight fantasy.
It was O'Day's only venture into the spotlight as a performer, though he had a successful career as a songwriter for other artists. The song's playful lyrics and upbeat tempo made it stand out in the era of disco and punk. O'Day continued to write hits for other artists, including Rock and Roll Heaven for the Righteous Brothers. His One Moment in the Sun as a performer left a mark on 70s pop culture. The song's heavenly theme and catchy chorus have kept it alive on oldie stations and 70s compilations. Silver Convention disco dances into our 20th spot with Fly Robin Fly. This 1975 hit, with its simple lyrics consisting of only 6 different words, became an unexpected disco anthem. The German group was actually a studio creation, with session singers providing the vocals. Despite winning a Grammy, the group couldn't maintain their momentum in the fast-paced disco scene. Interestingly, the song's simplicity was born out of necessity. The producers needed lyrics that their German singers could easily pronounce in English. While Silver Connection had a few more minor hits, none reached the same heights as Fly Robin Fly. The song has since been featured in numerous films and TV shows, often used to evoke the disco era. Well, folks, we've boogied our way through 20 unforgettable one-hit wonders. We're curious, which of these hits brings back the strongest memories for you? Share your stories in the comments. And if you're enjoying this musical journey, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. We've got plenty more hits coming your way. Chesney Hawkes takes the 21st spot with The One and Only. This upbeat pop hit launched Hawkes into instant stardom at the age of 19. The song was featured in the film Buddy Song, in which Hawkes also starred, creating a perfect storm of publicity that propelled the track to number 1 in the UK and several other countries. However, Hawkes struggled to follow up on this early success, leading to the song becoming synonymous with the one-hit wonder phenomenon. Despite releasing several more singles and albums, none matched the popularity of The One and Only. Hawkes has since embraced his one-hit wonder status. At 22, Henry Gross tugs at our heartstrings with Shannon in 1976. This ballad was inspired by the death of Beach Boy Carl Wilson's Irish setter of the same name. The song's emotional delivery and haunting melody struck a chord with listeners, propelling it to number 6 on the Billboard Hot 100. Interestingly, Gross was the youngest person to play at Woodstock performing with Shannon at age 18, from Woodstock to one-hit wonder. What a journey! At 23, Debbie Boon lights up our list with You Light Up My Life. This 1977 power ballad became one of the biggest hits of the decade, spending an unprecedented 10 consecutive weeks at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. The song, originally written for the film of the same name, won an Academy Award for Best Original Song and a Grammy for Song of the Year. Boon's version, with its soaring vocals and inspirational lyrics, struck a chord with listeners looking for uplifting content in the often cynical late 70s. Boon struggled to replicate its impact with her subsequent releases. She later, though, found success in country and Christian music, but this crossover pop hit remained her crowning achievement. At number 24, Paper Lace makes the headlines with The Night Chicago Died in 1974. This dramatic narrative song tells a fictional story of a Chicago police officer's family during a shootout with Al Capone's gang.
When the town of Chicago died.
Interestingly, the British band had never been to Chicago when they recorded the song, relying entirely on their imagination and popular culture depictions of the city's gangster era. The song's success in America was bittersweet for Paper Lace. It prevented them from promoting their other hit, Billy Don't Be a Hero, which had been covered by Bo Donaldson and the Haywoods. Paper Lace's version of Billy had been a hit in the UK, but the American cover beat them to the punch in the US. Despite having 2 songs that reached number 1 in 1974, Paper Lace couldn't maintain their momentum and faded from the charts. Sailor pops the cork at number 25 with Glass of Champagne in 1975. The song's upbeat tempo and celebratory lyrics made it a hit across Europe, reaching number 2 in the UK charts.
Get together, the two of us over a glass of champagne.
Its sound was a perfect blend of traditional pop and the emerging synth-pop genre. Glass of Champagne remains a fun, fizzy reminder of mid-70s pop at its most exuberant. Every time we hear it, it's like popping open a bottle of bubbly, isn't it? At 26, Tavares takes us to heaven with Heaven Must Be Missing an Angel in 1976. The disco hit showcased the harmonies of the 5 Tavares brothers, blending R&B vocals with a driving beat of disco. The song's catchy chorus and dance floor-friendly rhythm made it a staple in clubs across America, propelling it to number 15 on the Billboard Hot 100 and number 3 on the R&B charts. While Tavares had several R&B hits throughout the 70s, Heaven Must Be Missing an Angel was their biggest crossover success. The group continued to perform and record, even winning a Grammy for their contribution to the Saturday Night Fever soundtrack. At number 27, David Soul serenades us with Don't Give Up on Us in 1976. Best known for his role as Detective Kenneth Hutch Hutchinson on the TV show Starsky and Hutch, Soul surprised many with this tender ballad.
Don't give up on us, baby. Don't make
It struck a chord with listeners, reaching number 1 on both the US and UK charts. While Soul had a few other minor hits, none matched the success of Don't Give Up on Us. His music career was often overshadowed by his acting, leading to this song being his most remembered musical contribution. At number 28, Andrew Gold strikes gold with Lonely Boy in 1977. This hit was autobiographical, detailing Gold's feelings about his sister's birth and the shift in family dynamics it caused. It's a great example of how personal experiences can translate into relatable pop hits. The song reached number 7 on the Billboard Hot 100 and became Gold's signature tune. Gold had a successful career as a multi-instrumentalist and producer, working with artists like Linda Ronstadt, but Lonely Boy remained his biggest hit as a solo artist. At number 29, Lobo House with Me and You and a Dog Named Boo in 1971. This folksy hit tells the story of a carefree road trip with a loyal canine companion.
Me and you and a dog named Boo, traveling.
Lobo created a vivid picture of American wanderlust that resonated with listeners, driving the song to number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100. Despite the song's success, Lobo couldn't maintain the same level of popularity with his subsequent releases in the U.S., though he did have some international success. Andy Kim rocks us gently with Rock Me Gently at number 30 in 1974. This hit showcased Kim's transition from bubblegum pop to a more mature sound.
Rock me gently, rock me slowly, take it.
This song propelled to number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, becoming his biggest solo success. Despite having several hits in Canada, Rock Me Gently remained Kim's only major U.S. success as a solo artist. The song's gentle rhythm and romantic lyrics made it a perfect slow dance tune, and it remains a favorite on soft rock radio stations. All right, music lovers, we've just cruised through another 10 incredible one-hit wonders. From tear-jerkers about dogs to disco anthems about angels, these songs capture the diverse sounds of the 70s. But we want to hear from you. Which of these songs brings back the strongest memories? Share your stories in the comments. And if you're enjoying this musical time machine, don't forget to like and subscribe. We've got plenty more hits lined up. At 31, Andrea True Connection gets us moving with More, More, More in 1976. This disco hit has an interesting backstory. Andrea True was actually a porn actress who recorded the song while stuck in Jamaica due to political unrest. She used her earnings from a commercial, which she couldn't take out of the country, to record the track. The song's suggestive lyrics and True's breathy vocals, combined with a catchy disco beat, made it an instant club favorite. Despite the controversy surrounding True's background, More, More, More reached number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100 and became a disco classic. However, True couldn't replicate this success, making it her one moment in the pop spotlight. At 32, Coven cast a spell with One Tin Soldier in 1971. This anti-war song was featured in the cult film Billy Jack, and its message of peace resonated with listeners during the Vietnam War era.
One tin soldier rides away.
Interestingly, Coven was known for their occult-themed hard rock. The song reached number 26 on the Billboard Hot 100. One Tin Soldier has since been covered by many artists and remains a powerful anthem of peace. Its message continues to resonate in times of conflict, proving that sometimes a song's impact can far outlast its chart success. At number 33, Sniffin' the Tears drive into our list with Driver's Seat in 1978. This hit has a unique driving rhythm that perfectly captures the feeling of a late-night cruise.
Just take your place in the driver's seat.
The song's catchy guitar riff and upbeat tempo made it a radio favorite, reaching number 15 on the Billboard Hot 100. Interestingly, the band had actually broken up before the song became a hit, reforming to capitalize on its success. Driver's Seat had a long life beyond its initial release, featuring in numerous films, TV shows, and commercials. Its enduring popularity is a testament to its catchy melody and driving rhythm. Every time we hear it, don't we feel like hitting the open road? It's a perfect example of how a one-hit wonder can still have a lasting impact on pop culture. Marmalade spreads the love at 34 with Reflections of My Life from 1970. This introspective pop song features a memorable backwards guitar solo and poignant lyrics about change and loss.
Moonlight, reflections of my life.
The song's melancholic yet hopeful tone struck a chord with listeners around the world, reaching number 10 on the Billboard Hot 100 and selling over 2 million copies globally. Despite being huge in their native UK, where they had several hits, this remained Marmalade's only major US hit. The song has since been covered by numerous artists and remains a staple of oldies radio. At 35, Brewer and Shipley line up the charts with One Toke Over the Line in 1971. This folk rock hit caused quite a stir with its drug references, even getting condemned by Vice President Spiro Agnew.
Downtown in a railway station, one toke over the line.
The duo claimed the song was written as a joke while on tour, never expecting it to become a hit. Ironically, It was performed on The Lawrence Welk Show as a modern spiritual, completely missing the drug connotations. It's a hilarious example of how song meanings can be misinterpreted. The controversy helped fuel the song's popularity, pushing it to number 10 on the Billboard Hot 100. Despite the success of One Toke Over the Line, Brewer and Shipley couldn't replicate it with their subsequent releases. First Class books our 36th spot with Beach Baby in 1974. The hit was actually recorded by British studio musicians, not a real band.
Beach baby, give me your hand, give me something that I can.
Its nostalgic lyrics about California beach life resonated with listeners, despite being written by two Brits who'd never even been to California. The success of Beach Baby led to the formation of a touring band, but they couldn't replicate the magic of their one hit. The song remains a beloved slice of 70s nostalgia, its sunny melody and idyllic lyrics transporting listeners to an endless summer. At 37, the Sanford Townsend Band brings the heat with Smoke from a Distant Fire in 1977. This catchy tune blends rock, R&B, and country influences into a song about suspecting infidelity. Despite the song's success, the Sanford Townsend Band couldn't fan the flames of their popularity into sustained chart success. However, Smoke from a Distant Fire remains a beloved soft rock classic, its catchy chorus and distinctive sound keeping it in rotation on classic rock stations. At 38, Mungo Jerry makes summer eternal with In the Summertime in 1970. This laid-back, jug band-style hit captures the carefree spirit of summer with its infectious rhythm and easygoing lyrics. The song became a global sensation, topping charts around the world and selling over 30 million copies. Its unique sound, featuring a jug and banjo prominently, stood out in an era dominated by psychedelic rock and emerging heavy metal. However, some of the song's lyrics haven't aged too well, particularly the line about picking up women. It's a reminder of how societal attitudes have changed since the 70s, but the song remains a summer staple, its catchy melody instantly transporting listeners to lazy, hazy summer days. Shocking Blue electrifies us with Venus in 1970 at 39 on our countdown. This Dutch rock band struck gold with this hit. The song topped the charts in 9 countries, including the U.S., where it hit number 1. While hugely successful, Venus was Shocking Blue's only major hit outside of the Netherlands. The song got a second life when covered by Bananarama in the 1980s, proving that a great hook never goes out of style. The Buggles prophetically claim our 40th spot with Video Killed the Radio Star in 1979. This hit ironically became the first music video ever played on MTV when the channel launched in 1981. The song's futuristic theme perfectly captured the transition from the 70s to the 80s, commenting on the changing landscape of the music industry. It reached number 1 in 16 countries and peaked at number 40 in the U.S. Despite its iconic status, the Buggles couldn't replicate its success, though members Trevor Horn and Jeff Downs went on to have successful careers in music production and with the band Yes. All right, we've just cruised through another 10 unforgettable tracks. Which of these hits resonates most with you? Did you ever cruise down the highway blasting driver's seat? Share your stories in the comments. And if you're digging this musical time capsule, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. At 41, Rick Dees and his cast of idiots waddle in with Disco Duck in 1976. This novelty disco song, featuring Dees' Donald Duck-like voice, became an unexpected hit despite its silliness.
Look at me, I'm the disco duck.
The song topped the Billboard Hot 100 and sold over 6 million copies worldwide. Dees, primarily a radio DJ, was actually fired from his job for playing his own song, as it was seen as a conflict of interest. Disco Duck capitalized on both the disco craze and the popularity of novelty songs in the 70s. However, Dees couldn't follow up with another hit of this magnitude. Despite its commercial success, it's frequently included in lists of the worst songs ever. Love it or hate it, Disco Duck remains a memorable, if divisive, part of 70s pop culture. Alicia Bridges gets the party started at 42 with I Love the Nightlife in 1978. This disco anthem became a staple in clubs around the world, perfectly capturing the essence of the era's nightlife culture. The song's thumping beat and Bridges' sultry vocals propelled it to number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100. Its celebration of nightlife and club culture made it an instant hit with disco fans. I Love the Nightlife has had a long afterlife, featured in numerous films and TV shows, and remains a popular choice at retro dance nights. The 5 Stair Steps climbed the charts at 43 with Ooh Child in 1970. This soul classic offers a message of hope and optimism that resonated with listeners during turbulent times.
Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier.
The song's smooth harmonies and uplifting lyrics helped it reach number 8 on the Billboard Hot 100. The 5 Stair Steps, often called the first family of soul, consisted of 5 siblings from the Burke family. While the group had other minor hits, Ooh Child remained their biggest success. The song has been covered and sampled numerous times over the years, ensuring its legacy far beyond its initial release. At 44, Norman Greenbaum takes us to the Spirit in the Sky with his 1969 hit. This gospel rock fusion, with its distinctive fuzz guitar and hand claps, was an unlikely hit for Greenbaum, a Jewish musician singing about the afterlife in Christian terms.
When I die and I lay me to rest, gonna go to
The song reached number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100. Despite its religious themes, the song's catchy melody and unique sound made it appeal to a wide audience. Greenbaum never managed to recreate the success of Spirit in the Sky, but the song has lived on, used in countless films, TV shows, and commercials. At 45, Leif Garrett dances into the spotlight with I Was Made for Dancing in 1978. This hit capitalized on Garrett's teen idol status, blending disco rhythms with pop sensibilities. The song reached number 10 on the Billboard Hot 100, becoming Garrett's biggest hit. As a former child actor turned singer, Garrett was part of a wave of teen idols in the late 70s. The song remains a fun reminder of the teen idol phenomenon of the 70s, capturing the exuberance of youth and the disco era in one catchy package. At 46, Billy Swan croons his way onto our list with I Can Help in 1974. This rockabilly-flavored hit showcased Swan's versatility as a musician.
You need a hand, I can assure you this, I can help.
The song went to number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. Interestingly, Swan wrote the song on a tiny Hammond organ given to him by Chris Christopherson. The song has been covered by numerous artists over the years, including Elvis Presley. I Can Help remains a beloved oldie. Its upbeat tempo and positive lyrics continuing to bring a smile to listeners' faces decades after its release. At 47, Paul Davis drives us crazy with I Go Crazy in 1977. This soft rock ballad actually took 40 weeks to reach its peak position on the Billboard Hot 100, setting a record at the time for the slowest climb to the top 10.
I go crazy when I look.
The song's long chart run is a testament to its staying power and the impact of soft rock in the late 70s. Davis later found some success in the country music scene, but I Go Crazy remains his most well-known contribution to pop music. At 48, C.W. McCall's 1975 hit, Convoy, capitalized on the CB radio craze of the mid-70s, telling the story of a fictional trucker rebellion.
The dark of the moon on the 6th of June in a Kenworth pulling logs.
Interestingly, C.W. McCall was actually a character created for bread commercials, with singer Bill Fries adopting the persona for his music career. Mary Wilson answers the call at number 49 with Telephone Man in 1977. This novelty song is full of suggestive double entendres about a telephone repairman.
Hey baby, I'm your telephone man. You just show me where you want it.
The song's cheeky humor and Wilson's coy delivery helped it reach number 18 on the Billboard Hot 100. Wilson couldn't follow up with another successful single, making Telephone Man her one claim to fame. Sadly, Wilson passed away in a car accident in 2002. And Billy Thorpe closes out the first half with Children of the Sun in 1979. This space rock anthem showcased Thorpe's evolution from 60s pop star to hard rock innovator.
Coming to the world, children of the sun.
While Thorpe had a successful career in his native Australia, Children of the Sun remained his only major hit in the U.S. Well, folks, we've reached the halfway point on our journey through the one-hit wonders of the 70s. From Disco Ducks to Cosmic Children, these songs showcase the decade's diverse soundscape. Which of these hits brings back the strongest memories for you? Share your stories in the comments. And if you're enjoying this trip down memory lane, don't forget to like and subscribe. We've got 50 more fantastic tunes coming your way. At 51, Ray Stevens streaks into our list with The Streak in 1974. This novelty hit capitalized on the streaking fad of the early 70s when running naked in public became an unexpected craze.
Oh, yes, they call him the street. He liked the show.
Stevens, known for his comedic songs, had several hits throughout his career, but none reached the same popularity as The Streak. Despite its novelty status, The Streak has endured as a cultural touchstone of the 70s. Stevens continued to have a successful career in country music and comedy, but this song remains his most recognizable hit. Don McLean serves up a slice of American history at 52 with American Pie in 1971. This epic, running over 8 minutes in its full version, is packed with cryptic references to the history of rock and roll.
So bye-bye, Miss American Pie.
The song topped the charts for 4 weeks and has become one of the most analyzed songs in pop music history. Its lyrics, particularly the phrase, "the day the music died," referring to the 1959 plane crash that killed Buddy Holly, Ritchie Valens, and the Big Bopper, have become part of the American lexicon. While McLean had other songs chart, including Vincent, none came close to the cultural impact of American Pie. At 53, Vicky Sue Robinson turns up the heat with Turn the Beat Around in 1976. The song's complex rhythm and Robinson's energetic performance helped it reach number 10 on the Billboard Hot 100. It also won Robinson a Grammy nomination for Best Pop Female Vocalist. The song found new life when covered by Gloria Estefan in the 90s, proving that a great disco track never goes out of style. At 54, Ram Jam rocks into our list with Black Betty in 1977. This hit was actually a rocked-up version of an old folk song, possibly dating back to the 18th century.
Whoa, Black Betty, bam lamb. Whoa, Black Betty, bam lamb. Black Betty had a child.
The band's hard rock treatment turned it into a surprise hit, reaching number 18 on the Billboard Hot 100. The song's thumping rhythm and catchy chorus made it an instant rock classic. Alive and Kickin' keeps things tight with Tighter Tighter at number 55 in 1970. This hit, written and produced by Tommy James, showcased the band's tight harmonies and pop rock sound. The song reached number 7 on the Billboard Hot 100. At 56, the DeFranco Family beats into our list with Heartbeat, It's a Love Beat in 1973. This hit capitalized on the teen idol craze, with lead singer Tony DeFranco being only 13 at the time. The Family Band, often compared to the Osmonds, couldn't sustain their initial success as musical taste changed. The song reached number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100 with its catchy melody and youthful energy capturing the hearts of young listeners across America. TRex bangs a gong at 57 with Bang a Gong, Get It On in 1971. This hit helped define the glam rock sound of the early 70s.
Get it on, bang a gong, get it on.
While TRex was huge in the UK, this remained their only major US hit, reaching number 10 on the Billboard Hot 100. Exile takes us to Cloud 9 at 58, with Kiss You All Over in 1978, reaching number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. The song's seductive tone made it a popular slow dance choice at discos and proms alike.
I wanna kiss you all over.
Its success was a surprise to the band, who had been together for over a decade before scoring their breakthrough hit. Brooklyn Bridge builds on our 59th spot with The Worst That Could Happen. The song's dramatic story of lost love resonated with listeners, reaching number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100.
But it's the worst that could happen.
It's a classic example of the emotional ballads that were popular in the late 60s and early 70s. Samantha Sang brings the emotion at number 60 with Emotion in 1978. This hit was written and produced by the Bee Gees.
The broken heart is just emotion that's taking me over.
The song reached number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100, benefiting from the Bee Gees' Midas Touch. During the height of the disco era, its blend of rhythms and pop balladry made it a crossover success. All right, music lovers, this is your invitation to hit that like button and subscribe. We're heading into the final stretch with more amazing tunes coming your way. At number 61, Redbone brings the love with Come and Get Your Love in 1974. This hit blends rock, funk, and Native American influences into an irresistible groove. The band, formed by brothers of Mexican and Native American descent, created a unique sound that resonated with listeners, pushing the song to number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100. Many listeners assumed the band was African American due to their sound, showcasing the cross-cultural appeal of their music. Rex Smith takes our breath away at 62 with You Take My Breath Away in 1979. This power ballad showcased Smith's transition from teen idol to mature artist.
You take my breath away.
The song reached number 10 on the Billboard Hot 100, its romantic lyrics and Smith's heartfelt delivery making it a favorite slow dance tune. Smith's dual career as both a singer and actor, he starred in the TV show Street Hawk, made him a true multi-threat entertainer of the late 70s and early 80s. The Ozark Mountain Daredevils soar at 63 with Jackie Blue in 1975. This hit surprised many with its soft rock sound, as the band was better known for their country rock style.
Jackie Blue lives her life.
The song's smooth melody and mysterious lyrics about a free-spirited woman helped it reach number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100. The identity of Jackie Blue has been a subject of speculation for years, adding an air of mystery to this soft rock classic. At 64, Clout substitutes into our list with Substitute in 1978. This South African band took a 1975 Righteous Brothers song and gave it a disco pop makeover, complete with female vocals and a driving beat. Despite the international success of Substitute, Clout couldn't replicate it with their subsequent releases. However, their version of the song remains more famous than the original. Substitute continues to be a favorite on 70s disco and pop compilations. Walter Egan attracts attention at 65 with Magneted Steel in 1978. This smooth soft rock hit was inspired by Egan's attraction to Stevie Nicks, who provided backing vocals on the track along with Lindsey Buckingham. The song's clever use of magnetic attraction as a metaphor for love struck a chord with listeners, helping it reach number 8 on the Billboard Hot 100. Despite collaborations with notable artists and a successful songwriting career, Egan couldn't replicate the chart success of this single. The song continues to be featured in films and TV shows, introducing new generations to Egan's most famous work. Hot Butter melts into our list at 66 with Popcorn in 1972. This instrumental hit was one of the first electronic-based songs to achieve mainstream success. Originally composed in 1969, Hot Butter's cover version became an international hit, reaching number 9 on the Billboard Hot 100. At 67, Johnny Wakelin fights his way onto our list with Black Superman, Muhammad Ali in 1975. This novelty hit paid tribute to the legendary boxer Muhammad Ali, capitalizing on his popularity with a reggae-inspired tune.
Muhammad, the Black Superman.
The song reached number 21 on the Billboard Hot 100. Its catchy rhythm and references to Ali's famous fights and quotes making it a fan favorite. At 68, Elvin Bishop slides into our list with Fooled Around and Fell in Love in 1976. This hit featured vocals by Mickey Thomas, who later joined Jefferson Starship.
Then I fooled around and fell in love.
The song reached number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100, its soulful vocals and memorable guitar work making it a radio staple. While Bishop continued to have a respected career in blues music, this remained his only major mainstream hit. At 69, Ian Matthews shakes things up with Shake It in 1979. This hit showcased Matthews' transition from folk to a more pop-oriented sound.
Shake it, baby, shake it all you can tonight.
The song's catchy chorus and a driving beat helped it reach number 13 on the Billboard Hot 100. Despite a successful career with Fairport Convention and as a solo artist in the folk scene, this remained Matthews' only major pop hit. Frida Payne goldens our 70th spot with Band of Gold in 1970. This hit, with its Motown-inspired sound, tells the story of a marriage that falls apart on the wedding night.
All that's left is a band of gold.
The song's upbeat melody contrasts with its somber lyrics, a juxtaposition that intrigued listeners. Band of Gold reached number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100 and became Payne's signature song. Despite a successful career in jazz and R&B, Payne couldn't replicate the crossover success of this single. Hey there, music fans. If you're still here, you're one of the true music lovers of the 70s. You're our kind of people, and we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Please share your stories in the comments. We've got 30 more groovy tunes coming your way. Hamilton, Joe Frank, and Reynolds don't pull any punches at 71 with Don't Pull Your Love in 1971. This hit showcased the trio's harmonic vocals and pop rock sound.
Don't pull your love out on me, baby. If you do, then I think that maybe I...
The song reached number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100. Despite the song's success, the group couldn't maintain momentum even after changing their name to Hamilton, Joe Frank, and Dennison. While they had a few other minor hits, Don't Pull Your Love remained their signature song. The song continues to be a favorite on oldie stations, its earnest lyrics and memorable melody capturing the sound of its era. At 72, Meatloaf serves up a hearty portion with 2 Out of 3 Ain't Bad in 1977. This power ballad, written by Jim Steinman, showcased Meatloaf's theatrical vocals and storytelling prowess.
'Cause 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
The song reached number 11 on the Billboard Hot 100 and became one of Meatloaf's most recognizable hits. While Meatloaf had numerous hits internationally, particularly from his Bat Outta Hell album, this remained his only top 40 hit in the U.S. during the 70s. At 73, the Hughes Corporation set sail with Rock the Boat in 1974. This hit is often credited as one of the first disco songs to top the charts, reaching number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100.
Rock the boat, don't rock the boat, baby. Rock the boat, don't tip the boat over.
Its success was a surprise to many, including the band, as it had initially been released as a B-side. Rock the Boat remains a disco classic, its catchy chorus and upbeat rhythm continuing to fill dance floors at retro nights. It's a perfect example of how a single song can capture the beginning of a musical movement. Mary McGregor finds herself torn at 74 with Torn Between Two Lovers in 1976. This soft rock ballad stirred controversy with its unapologetic tale of a love triangle.
Torn between two lovers, feeling.
McGregor's sweet vocals contrasted with the song's contentious subject matter, creating a memorable hit that reached number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. The song's frank discussion of infidelity was unusual for its time, contributing to its notoriety and success. McGregor couldn't replicate this success with her subsequent releases, making Torn Between Two Lovers her one claim to fame. Brownsville Station smokes out the competition at 75 with Smokin' in the Boys' Room in 1973. This hit captured the rebellious spirit of rock and roll, celebrating teenage delinquency with its tale of illicit smoking in school.
Smoking in the boys' room. Smoking in the boys'.
The song reached number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100, its gritty sound and defiant lyrics resonating with young listeners. While the band couldn't light up the charts again with the same intensity, Smokin' in the Boys' Room found new life in the 80s when covered by Motley Crue. The Partridge Family thinks they're in love at 76 with I Think I Love You from 1970. This hit, featuring the vocals of David Cassidy, was the breakthrough single for the TV-created band.
Fred, I think I love you.
The song's bubblegum pop sound and Cassidy's teen idol status made it an instant hit, reaching number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. It's a perfect example of how popular culture, television, and music often intersected in the early 70s. At 77, Cornelius Brothers and Sister Rose bring the family together with Too Late to Turn Back Now in 1972. This hit showcased the siblings' tight harmonies and soul pop sound, reaching number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100.
It's too late to turn back now. I believe.
The song's smooth groove and romantic lyrics made it a favorite slow dance number at the time. At 78, Paul Nicholas takes us to heaven with Heaven on the Seventh Floor in 1977. This disco pop hit played on the double entendre of Seventh Floor, referring to both a literal floor in a building and seventh heaven.
Heaven on the seventh floor. Heaven on the
Nicholas, better known in the UK as an actor, couldn't elevate his music career to the same heights after this song, which peaked at number 6 on the Billboard Hot 100. Phoebe Snow poetically claims spot number 79 with Poetry Man in 1975. This hit showcased Snow's unique voice and jazz-influenced style, reaching number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100.
You don't have to go, boy. You're the poetry man.
Despite critical acclaim and a devoted following, Snow couldn't pen another chart-topping hit. However, Poetry Man remains a beloved soft rock classic, its sophisticated composition and Snow's emotive performance continuing to captivate listeners. At number 80, the Bellamy Brothers hit number 1 with Let Your Love Flow in 1976. Its upbeat melody and positive lyrics made it a popular choice for road trips and sunny days, capturing the optimistic spirit of the mid-70s.
Through the moonlit nights with your love.
While the brothers went on to have a successful career in country music, this remained their biggest pop crossover hit. Hey everyone, we've made it to the last 20 songs. Can you believe it? Which of these songs brings back the strongest memories? Share your stories in the comments. And if you're enjoying this musical time machine, don't forget to like and subscribe. We've got 20 more groovy tunes coming your way. Lynn Anderson tends to our 81st spot with Rose Garden in 1970. This country pop crossover hit showcased Anderson's clear vocals and the song's universal message about life's ups and downs.
I never promised you a rose garden.
The song topped the country charts for 5 weeks and reached number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100, becoming an international success. Its catchy chorus and relatable lyrics appealed to both country and pop audiences. Jigsaw puzzles us at 82 with Sky High in 1975. This hit combined pop rock with a disco-influenced beat, creating a unique sound that captured listeners' attention.
You've blown it all sky high.
song reached number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100, its uplifting melody and lyrics about overcoming challenges resonating with audiences. Interestingly, the song gained initial popularity as the theme for a Japanese TV show before becoming an international hit. Wadsworth Mansion builds on our 83rd spot with Sweet Mary in 1971. The song reached number 7 on the Billboard Hot 100, its dreamy quality and storytelling lyrics making it stand out on the radio. The band, unfortunately, couldn't construct another hit of the same magnitude. However, Sweet Mary remains a beloved deep cut of early 70s rock, its gentle melody and romantic lyrics continuing to charm listeners decades later. It's a perfect example of the softer side of rock that flourished in the early 70s. At 84, David Naughton dances into our hearts with Makin' It in 1979. This disco hit was the theme song for Naughton's short-lived TV series of the same name. The song reached number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100. It's a classic case of a TV theme song breaking out to become a hit in its own right. Yvonne Elliman claims our 85th spot with If I Can't Have You in 1977. This disco hit, written by the Bee Gees, showcased Elliman's powerful vocals and the Bee Gees' signature songwriting style. The song reached number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, riding the wave of the Saturday Night Fever soundtrack's massive success. Letty Welch takes the 86th spot with his smooth rendition of Since I Fell For You in 1972. This version of the jazz standard brought Welch back to the charts after his earlier 60s success, reaching number 43 on the Billboard Hot 100.
Since I fell for you.
His version of Since I Fell For You remains a beloved staple of oldies radio. Its lush arrangement and Welch's soulful vocals perfectly capturing the romantic mood of early 70s ballads. It's a great example of how a well-executed cover can sometimes become the definitive version of a classic song. Johnny Nash hit the top of the Billboard Hot 100 with our 87 song, I Can See Clearly Now in 1972 for 4 weeks. Nash, who had moderate success earlier in his career, found his biggest hit with this song, which he also wrote and produced.
I can see clearly now, the rain is gone.
Its optimistic message has made it an enduring favorite, often used in films and commercials to signify hope and new beginnings. At 88, Dean Friedman flies into our hearts with Ariel in 1977. This quirky hit told the story of a chance encounter and budding romance filled with specific details that painted a vivid picture. The song's narrative style and Friedman's earnest delivery helped it reach number 26 on the Billboard Hot 100. Its unique lyrics, mentioning everything from vegetarianism to the New Jersey suburbs, set it apart from typical love songs of the era. Despite the song's charm and Friedman's storytelling ability, he couldn't pilot another song to the same heights on the charts. Charlie Dore takes control at 89 with Pilot of the Airwaves in 1979, as it soared to number 13 on the Billboard Hot 100. Its celebration of radio as a source of solace and connection struck a chord with listeners in the pre-internet era. Despite Dore's talent as a songwriter, having written for many other artists, this remained her only major hit as a performer. Pilot of the Airwaves continues to be a favorite on 70s flashback playlist, its nostalgic ode to radio resonating even in our digital age. It's a great example of how a song about the power of music itself can become a lasting hit. At 90, Sister Janet Mead takes us to church with The Lord's Prayer in 1974. This rock version of the biblical prayer was an unexpected hit, reaching number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100 and making Sister Janet one of the few nuns to have a charting single.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
The song's blend of traditional prayer with a contemporary rock arrangement captured the public's imagination, selling over 1 million copies. Despite the song's success, Sister Janet, true to her calling, donated all the royalties to charity and returned to her work in the church. The Lord's Prayer remains a unique entry into the annals of pop music, showcasing how even the most unlikely sources could produce a hit in the eclectic 70s. It's a testament to the decade's openness to unusual and diverse musical expressions. Well, music fans, we're nearing the end of our journey through the one-hit wonders of the 70s. From country crossovers to disco anthems, from reggae pop to rock prayers, these songs show just how diverse and exciting the music scene was. But now it's your turn. Which of these last 10 hits resonates most with you? Did I Can See Clearly Now help you through a tough time? Or maybe you have fond memories of requesting songs from your local pilot of the airwaves? Share your stories in the comments. And if you've enjoyed this musical trip down memory lane, don't forget to like and subscribe. We've got just 10 more groovy tunes to go. Timmy Thomas asked the big question at 91 with Why Can't We Live Together in 1972. This hit stood out with its minimalist arrangement featuring just Thomas's voice, a keyboard, and a rhythm machine.
Why, tell me why can't we live together?
The song's plea for racial harmony struck a chord during turbulent times, reaching number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100. Its stripped-down sound was unusual for its time, setting it apart from the more produced hits of the era. Despite the song's impact, Thomas couldn't replicate its chart success. However, Why Can't We Live Together has endured as a soul classic, its message of unity remaining relevant decades later. The song gained renewed attention when sampled by Drake for his hit, Hotline Bling, in 2015, introducing it to a new generation of listeners. Maxine Nightingale at 92 takes us right back where we started from in 1975. This disco hit brought Nightingale unexpected success in the U.S., reaching number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100. Its upbeat tempo and catchy chorus made it a favorite on dance floors across the country. The song's positive energy and Nightingale's dynamic vocals perfectly captured the exuberant spirit of disco. While Nightingale had a few other minor hits, none reached the same heights as this feel-good track. Right Back Where We Started From has since become a staple of 70s compilations and has been featured in numerous films and TV shows, its infectious rhythm continuing to get people moving decades after its release. The Sweet rocks our 93rd spot with Fox on the Run in 1975. This glam rock hit showcased the band's transition from bubblegum pop to a harder rock sound. The song reached number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100, its catchy guitar riff and powerful vocals making it a rock radio staple. While The Sweet had numerous hits in the UK, this remained their biggest success in the US. Fox on the Run has endured as a classic rock favorite, its energetic performance and memorable chorus ensuring its place in 70s rock history. The song has been featured in various movies and TV shows, keeping it alive in popular culture. It's a prime example of the glam rock sound that dominated much of 70s rock music. At 94, Sly Fox slinks in with Let's Go All the Way. The duo's blend of rock guitars and funk rhythms created a unique sound that reached number 7 on the Billboard Hot 100.
Let's go all the way.
Its catchy chorus and dance-friendly beat made it a favorite in clubs and on the radio. Despite the song's success, Sly Fox couldn't follow up with another hit of the same caliber. However, Let's Go All the Way remains a beloved track. Its sound bridges the gap between 70s funk and 80s rock, showcasing the evolution of popular music across the decades. Heatwave brings the funk at 95 with Boogie Nights in 1976. This disco funk hit got everyone on the dance floor with its infectious groove and falsetto vocals, reaching number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100. The song's upbeat energy and irresistible rhythm epitomized the best of the disco era, encouraging listeners to dance the night away. While Heatwave had a few other minor hits, they couldn't maintain the same level of success, partly due to tragic circumstances affecting key members. Nevertheless, Boogie Nights remains a disco classic, its funky bass line and catchy chorus still capable of filling dance floors at retro nights. It's a testament to the enduring appeal of well-crafted dance music. Certainly, I'll finish the script with the 5 final songs. 96. The Capitals jerk into our list with Cool Jerk. While this hit predates our 70s theme, it continued to be popular well into the 70s, becoming a staple of the Northern Soul scene. The song's irresistible dance beat and simple lyrics made it a party favorite for years, reaching number 7 on the Billboard Hot 100. Its enduring popularity through the 70s earns it a spot on our list. The group couldn't produce another hit of the same magnitude, but Cool Jerk has remained a beloved dance classic. Its infectious rhythm and call to dance have kept it alive in popular culture, featured in numerous films and commercials over the decades. It's a great example of how a catchy dance tune can transcend its era and continue to move people years after its release. Stories write themselves into our hearts at 97 with Brother Louie in 1973. This hit, a cover of a hot chocolate song, told a controversial story of an interracial relationship. The band's gritty rock version became more famous than the original, topping the Billboard Hot 100. Its frank approach to a taboo subject matter was bold for its time, contributing to its impact and success. Despite the song's success, Stories couldn't pen another chapter of chart success. However, Brother Louie remains a powerful piece of 70s rock, its social commentary and strong performance ensuring its place in rock history. It's a reminder of how popular music can address serious social issues while still topping the charts. The Ides of March drive into our list at 98 with Vehicle from 1970. This hit, with its powerful brass section and soulful vocals, is often mistaken for a blood, sweat, and tears song. It reached number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100, its dynamic sound and passionate delivery making it a standout of early 70s rock. The song's opening horn riff is one of the most recognizable intros of its era. Despite the song's success, the band couldn't steer another single to the same heights on the charts. Nevertheless, Vehicle remains a staple of classic rock radio, its robust sound and energetic performance continuing to captivate listeners. It's a prime example of the horn-driven rock sound that was popular in the early 70s. Steelers Wheel rolls in at 99 with Stuck in the Middle with You in 1972. This hit, co-written by Jerry Rafferty, blended folk rock with a touch of humor.
Yes, I'm stuck in the middle with you, and I'm wrong.
It reached number 6 on the Billboard Hot 100. Its catchy melody and witty lyrics about music industry phonies striking a chord with listeners. The song found renewed fame in the 90s when used in Quentin Tarantino's Reservoir Dogs, introducing it to a new generation. Despite the band's talent, they couldn't wheel out another hit of the same caliber. However, Stuck in the Middle with You has endured as a beloved 70s classic, its playful tone and memorable chorus ensuring its place in pop culture. It's a great example of how a song can find new life and relevance decades after its initial release. And the New Seekers round out our list with I'd Like to Teach the World to Sing in 1971. This hit originated as a Coca-Cola jingle before being reworked into a full song.
I like to teach the world to sing in perfect.
Its message of harmony and unity struck a chord with listeners worldwide, reaching number 7 on the Billboard Hot 100. The song's association with the iconic Coca-Cola Hillside commercial has made it one of the most recognizable tunes of the 70s. While the group had success in the UK, this remained their biggest hit in the US. I'd Like to Teach the World to Sing has since become a cultural touchstone, its utopian vision and catchy melody epitomizing the idealistic spirit of the early 70s. It's a fitting end to our list, showcasing how even a commercial jingle can transform into a beloved pop hit. And there you have it, music lovers. We've reached the end of our epic journey through 100 one-hit wonders of the 70s. From soulful ballads to disco anthems, From rock ragers to pop confections, these songs paint a vivid picture of a decade rich in musical diversity. But now it's your turn. Which of these final 10 hits brings back the strongest memories? Share your thoughts and memories in the comments. And if you've enjoyed this musical time machine, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with other music lovers. Here's to the one-hit wonders, the songs that may have only hit the charts once, but have been stuck in our heads for decades.